Hey, what's up?
Hey, Kendall Johns from Dead Crown?
Yeah, this is him.
What is up, dude? Welcome to the Metal Mixtape. It's so great to talk to you, man. Thank you for making time today.
Hey, thank you for having me. Sorry I fucked up time a little bit. Got lost in my workout. And
hey, man, you know
what the fuck was going on today?
sometimes you got to crunch, dude. Believe me, dude. I have to, after starting to get so busy, man, I have to write, like, Post-it notes and put them in my car.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It fucking happened.
Yeah, so no worries, dude. I want to say, dude, thanks for being on, dude. I love your band, Dead Crown. The first time I was in Dead Crown, I saw you guys in Medford. I believe you guys played with Source of All Sorrows. I'm not too sure, but it was here, I think, at like the Bamboo Room. But like, you guys actually.
Oh, that show was awesome.
Yeah, you guys.
I remember that show. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys literally tore the roof off that, dude. And I remember the first thing I noticed from watching you guys was like how much energy you guys had, dude. But
yeah.
I admire you from frontman to frontman. I admire you like your brutalness with the mic, but also having that like confidence and that swag, dude.
Oh, dude, thank you, man. I mean, that's what I try to tell people a lot. You know, being the frontman in a band is, you know, voices. I feel like when you're playing live, voice is almost secondary. It's your step, it's your confidence, and if you're, you know, at the end of the day, it's called a show. So, you know, put on a fucking show, and if you have any ounce of, you know, lack of confidence, you know, that's the shit that people can see through. So we work really hard on our live show, and you know, practicing, you know, I talk to a wall when we rehearse as if I'm talking to a crowd of people. I mean, we just we really pride ourselves on our live show, so we're really disciplined with it. So it's always nice to like hear feedback from that, because it's something we actually do work really hard on. And we're glad that people see that when we play.
Oh, absolutely, dude. You know, I think to really resonate in people's minds after a show, you really have to bring the whole package, you know, like you know, you have to bring it with the songwriting, bringing it for like the message behind the words, you know, but you know what?
Yeah.
A lot of people when they go to shows, they're like really shy, but when they have a band that like kind of invites them to like rock, you know, like bang their heads to like move into the pit, like, you know, that's what people go to shows for, you know? They go to shows to be themselves.
Dude, yeah, and it's 2020, man. You know, almost everything's been done. It's harder now than ever to really make your band stick out. So, like you said, yeah, you really got to bring the whole package. You got to be good live. You got to be good at playing, and you got to be good at putting on a show and making the whole room involved. So thank you.
So I remember the first music I ever heard from you guys was I believe it was your EP, Come Hell. And I mean, I've played that all over my show. Like, I think I've played like every song through there over and over.
Oh, dude, thank you so much, man.
And I've been listening to Crucify Me like crazy, dude. Just a couple songs to point out, like your video for 24 and Down. Like Down right now is my favorite, dude. Just because like I grew up I grew up on Gangsta Rap when I was a kid before I was into metal. Just because both of my brothers were into Gangsta Rap, and like I like when you're spitting those vocals, dude. Like it's like that meme, dude. Like, damn, that fool's spitting.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. That means a lot.
Yeah, for sure, dude. So, before you were in Dead Crown, how did you start off like your vocal career? Like, were you like did you grow up like in a music family? Did you just one day decide you wanted to do vocals because like maybe somebody inspired you? Like, how did you being a vocalist come to be?
Okay, so I mean, I guess all the way back when I was a little kid, my first introduction to music was my dad. And my dad, he's a huge hair metal guy. So my first favorite bands were Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses, Poison. And I grew up with their, like, back in the day, they put out DVDs of like their greatest hits, and it was all their music videos.
Yeah.
And you know, those 80s bands, they had the most epic live videos and all this cool shit.
Yeah.
So so I grew up on that, just being a total like 80s butt metal kid and just loving that shit. And then about when I was 14, that was when I really joined like my first serious band, did my first tour, and I was playing guitar and kind of doing like backup screams. And then through that, just like started going through bands, and then I just noticed like, you know, I think I would be pretty good at doing the frontman thing and doing the screaming thing. So that's when I started doing that full time, and then did We Rise the Tides, and then now Dead Crown, here I am. So yeah, it's just been a cultivation of just years in the making and just doing it, I guess. You know?
So bro, like you know, that's an awesome story, dude. And I've been following you guys since Come Home, and you guys are just climbing up the ranks. I mean, you guys were about to play like a big tour before all this whole COVID thing happened and everything.
Yeah, the Rona fucked us. Yeah.
Yeah. What was that tour again? I just because I didn't write it down.
It was the Vengeance tour with Xavier Wolf. It was like half rap and like half metal. So it was, co-headliner Xavier Wolf and Attila, Volumes, Omen, and My Name Is Jeffrey. Yeah, it was going to be our biggest tour to date, and sadly, because of Corona, it's being postponed till 20. Who the fuck knows? You know?
Yeah, for sure, dude. So yeah, no, I hope, man. I hope it gets back, dude. Because you know, watching the whole virtual stuff is all right and all, but like. It's you go to shows for the energy, you know?
Yeah, I don't care what anyone says. Like, we can do the virtual shit all we want. Nothing will ever replace the feeling and the energy you get at a live event. I firmly believe that.
Yeah, no, absolutely, dude. So, you know, from your first release, and I don't know if Come Hell's your first release, but then Crucify Me, getting all this attention, did your band have to adjust a whole lot to like be able to accept the tour? Because I know like everybody works, you know, or has families. Like, how do you go, like, when you guys get offered a tour, like, how do you guys go about it? Like, just structuring around it?
So, thankfully, like, I'm self-employed, so I make my own schedule. I could work from the road. I could do whatever the fuck I want. Blessed to have that with all my clients. Thank you. I do graphic design, photography, and videography in the music business. So, all the bands out there that I work for, thank you guys so much. I love you. And then our guitar player, Eric, he has a work-from-home situation with the company. He makes good money doing it, and he's able to actually work from the road, too. And then our drummer, Brighton, just started working for 64 Audio, which is an in-ear company. So they work with musicians, and they tour. So, you know, they're pretty – yeah, so and then Brent, he works a bar gig, and they're pretty lenient with him touring. So thankfully, we're just all kind of set up in working situations where if we had to, we can leave and make shit work and stuff. But
dude, that's amazing.
The Vengeance tour, that was definitely, it was a full U.S. It was about, I think, a little over 4 weeks long. So that was definitely the biggest run we were getting ready to do. Yeah. And getting ready for a tour like that is pretty scary. You're spending a lot of money. You're doing a lot of prep, but you know, it didn't happen, which sucks because it was pulled out and canceled like a week before we were about to leave. So we had already dumped so much money into shit that we were going to make back on that tour. And so now we're just like left in debt. And because, you know, we spent money to go out and make money, and now we don't have ways of making money. So it's a real weird predicament what all this has like come to.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. It's a lot of adjusting for a lot of people, you know, and you know, a lot of the people that really rely on like these live shows to pay their bills, you know, they're getting hit pretty hard. And one thing I've noticed from this whole COVID situation that a lot of people are exploring different things in the music industry to do, you know, whether it be like podcasting or reaction videos or doing interview shows. You know, it's really pushed people to like the social media and technology aspect of what a musician can do with their careers.
Yeah, and that's really cool. We've been seeing a lot more like reaction videos on us, and I've been doing a couple more podcasts here lately, and it's really cool. It's really fun. I'm always down to talk with people about our band and do that shit. So thank you to everyone who, I guess, just even fucks with us and even wants to react to our videos or, you know, wants to interview one of us or something. That's just still cool, you know, no matter how many times it happens, you know?
Yeah, no, hey, no, I love it, man, dude. So, and that's awesome, dude, that, you know, I also follow, like, anytime somebody, like, says, like, you're going to do their music video, dude, and I love your products, dude, and I think you do a great job with your designs as well.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
For sure, dude. So, as far as, like, you know, we can do shows and all of that, what is Dead Crown doing in the downtime since we have so much more time?
Yeah, so currently right now we're working on our first full length. That's the next on our contract. So basically we're writing, and then next weekend we are filming a music video, and we should be putting out a new single before summer's over. So yeah, we're just keeping our heads down and just working on getting new music out because we got all this time now. So that's going to be it, man.
That's awesome, dude. And I see you're a dad as well, right?
Oh, no, everyone thinks that.
Is that true? I thought that too, man.
No, okay, so that's my brother's baby. That's my nephew. But I love the little fucker so much. It's my first nephew, and my older brother, we're 3 years apart. We grew up best friends, so, and he lives like 3-4 hours away from me, so whenever we get together, I always try to get pics with the baby. His name's Mickey, my little nephew. I love him. He's awesome. And, but yeah, no, I get that quite a bit. They're like, oh, I didn't know you were a dad. And it's like, I'm not. Hell no, I'm not a fucking dad. I'm just an uncle. So, but I take a lot of pride in being an uncle. I think that shit's cool. So, yeah. That's the baby all over my Instagram. That's my brother's kid.
So, dude, so, you doing, artwork and doing, like, music videos and just being in the music business. Have you seen, like, a boost in, your work, or have you seen a decline, like a lot of other people's normal jobs? Like, how do you get affected by the COVID?
Well, at first it was actually doing pretty well. I had a lot of business, but now, since I think this shit's going on a lot longer than people expected, business is actually kind of slowing down for me, and it's, kind of nervous and stressed about it. So, and since I'm self-employed, I can't really get the benefits that other people do. So, thankfully, I'm good at saving, and I can protect myself, but it's never, I've been doing this full time for 5 years, and to see it kind of start slowing down like this, it's definitely, it's worrisome, but I always pull out. I always find a way to make shit work, so I'll be all right.
Hey, the Lions always do, man. They always look for that, that food just, that nobody can find. I think you got this, dude.
I always do, yeah. And like I'm like I said, I'll be fine. It's not as bad as I probably made it sound, but I definitely have been noticing like things have been slowing down, and I think it's because we're at the point where, like I said, I think in the beginning people didn't think that it was going to last this long, and so people wanted to come out ahead, and then now I think the economic downside is I think actually catching up to us now. So now I think we're running into a situation where bands don't have money. Bands, they are scraping resources. So that's where it's kind of starting to trickle to me. So, but hopefully this shit gets fucking fixed soon. But everyone's just got to keep on keeping on,
Yeah, no, absolutely, dude. Well, man, so is there any bands in the music industry that are, like, vocalists that, like, you look up to, that, like, like, not somebody like you compare yourself to, because, like, I think everybody's, like, their own individual, but is there some bands in the scene, like, that you just, like, you always, like, keep up on them because, like, they always bring it?
Yeah, I think, even before I met him and even before, like, he had something to do with signing my band, I always looked up to Franz from Attila just because he had that frontman energy that I always loved and always strived for,
Yeah.
Say what you want about Attila, but every time you go to their show, you're like, this is a fucking show, and you have fun, and it's really high energy, and I'm really into crowd psychology too, and that's one thing that Franz really understands as well, and really applies, certain rules and certain aspects of the show. Well, at the end of the day, you don't have that much time to talk in between songs, so you got to make every word worth it, and at the end of the day, we're trying to spread our music, trying to get in more people's ears. We're also trying to move merch so that we can get to the next fucking city. We're also, trying to create a fucking show environment so everyone's having fun. So, just using crowd psychology and using those abilities as a frontman, that's the shit that I look for in frontman, and Franz has always had that. So, it's cool that we ended up, working with him, and I can call him a friend now because, I've always looked up to the way that he controls the crowd and uses his word and, engages in crowd psychology.
Yeah, no, dude, I think that's absolutely awesome. I think it's really cool, like, the more you dig into the music industry that, everybody's a normal person,
Oh, yeah, everyone is, man. It's truer than ever. It's like, and that's one thing since Deadcrown, I got to meet a lot of people now that, I guess looked up to, and, the biggest thing is, like, everyone's just normal fucking people, and, things aren't as big as a deal or as cool as you might think they are. It's like, it's just kind of like, oh, that's it? Okay. so now it's mainly about having fun, man, and, me and my boys, we're really tight knit, and there's a lot of bands and stuff. Not to talk shit, but they'll be, you know, they're pretty clout chasey. They'll try to, you know, about that. We've seen some shit, and we're just like, as long as we're having fun together, the rest is going to take care of itself. And we just hope that when they come to our shows and, I don't know, just everywhere, we hope that people can get that from our band, because that's honestly what we're about. So
absolutely, dude. So, hey, Kendall, before we end the interview, I'm going to shoot you 5 super fast questions, which you only have 15 seconds to answer. It's our fun part of our interview. You ready, bro?
I'm ready, yeah.
All right, in a zombie apocalypse, what's your first choice if you could have any weapon to kill zombies?
Oh, man, I just shot one, so probably an MR-15.
All right, sounds good. If there is a superhero or super villain you compare yourself to the best, who would it be?
Spider-Man. Been a day one Spider-Man fan. I dressed up as him as a kid. He's my favorite superhero, so Spider-Man.
All right, dude. If you could see yourself as any animal, what best represents you, man?
I always say that in a past life I was an orca whale because I love the water and love swimming, and orca whales are my favorite animals in the world, so orca whale.
All right, dude. What is one food you can't stand? Like, it just comes around, you're just like, man, that smells like crap, dude. Get that away from me. What's one food you can't stand?
Oh, man. Sauerkraut.
Dude, I hate sauerkraut, dude. It's the worst, and it should be banished off this earth.
It should be.
All right, dude. What is one food you can't live without?
Oh, man. Lasagna.
Oh, I actually just had Parmesan chicken before this interview.
Oh, dude, yeah. I fucking love lasagna. My mom, every year for my birthday when I was a kid, I would ask my mom to make me lasagna.
Yeah.
So,
dude.
And now she showed me how to make her lasagna, so now I make lasagna, and yeah, it's awesome.
Bro, I could relate to you on that so much. No, on the feeling that every birthday of mine, I would ask my mom to make her carnitas. And then when I moved out, I asked her to teach me how to make it. So now I always make my mom's carnitas.
Yep, that's exactly what I do with my mom's lasagna. Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, bro, before I let you go, can you do me one more favor?
Yeah.
Can you say this is Kendall Johns from Dead Crown, and you're listening to the Metal Mixtape?
Yep. Just let me know when.
Go.
Hey, this is Kendall from Dead Crown, and you're listening to the Metal Mixtape.
Hey, Kendall, thanks for making time. Keep grinding, dude, and I'm going to keep up on your music. Much love, man.
Hey, much love. Thanks, man.